Hi guys, 732 Review Crew back. I'm Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
And this is Battlestar Galactica Season 4, Episode 13. Now, as of last episode, do we remember what happened by any chance?
You were right.
What was that?
Anyways,
Ellen's alive.
So much other crazy
Ellen's
shit
not
happened.
alive.
Well, she was.
Ellen was alive, and then she was alive again.
You're right. She was a Cylon. But also, what else happened? We got a little bit of flashback into Gata's past, in which we see his hatred towards Cylons kind of grow, especially after that Sharon betrayed.
Yeah, that was
him.
crazy.
He's got a very
miniseries. The miniseries was crazy.
He's got a
yeah.
complicated relationship with Cylons.
And I wonder if that's going to have any impact on what's moving forward, especially because the fans said to watch it specifically there. I wonder if there's going to be an increase in Gata's outward hatred towards Cylons, especially because we saw in the previous episode, I believe it was, he would not talk to Adama. Was it? Or was it the miniseries? He wouldn't talk to Adama. Tai, only Adama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much his prejudice will grow, and there's only one way for us to find out. And that's for us to keep watching. So thank you for joining us. We're going to be starting this episode in 3, 2, 1.
There is a languor of the life, more imminent than pain. The
Garbage on
soul
the floor.
has suffered all it can. I still don't see anything.
Try looking with your eyes. Baby boy.
Oh, they did find out the gender.
Yeah, look right there.
Did we say we wanted to know?
Oh,
You didn't say you didn't.
I need a drink.
Here, next best thing.
How does he still have them?
That's a lot of smoking.
I was just thinking that.
She'll live.
That's the future of the entire Cylon race.
Kid doesn't even have a name yet and already loading up on the expectations.
No Cylon pairing has ever produced a child. Ever. That means it's possible for our race to survive even without resurrection.
I don't think she likes that.
Oh, sorry, Felix. He's backed up today, but he shouldn't be much longer.
No problem. At least the Cylons are having fun, right?
Look, I promise I will get you in there as soon as I can. It's just been crazy.
I need help! I need help!
It's busy today, Chief.
He's being blood.
It's gonna be a while.
Fucking Cylons.
Can't keep those toasters waiting.
Right.
Here comes the anti-Cylon sentiment.
Is it true you're contemplating forming a permanent alliance with the rebel Cylons currently in this fleet?
I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals.
I love him. He's such a gangster, yo.
No comment.
Seriously.
Do you have any information on the identity of the fifth Cylon?
We believe the fifth Cylon to be dead.
But you're not sure.
No, but we believe she died some time ago.
Oh, jeez.
She.
Permanent alliance between this government.
Oh, he
and
didn't
Cylons.
know?
Any Cylons is out of the question. I hope you both know that.
Yeah, well, it's not your call.
Is it yours?
Are you the president? Again? Sorry, I get confused what your job is on any given day. Funny how she kind of dropped out of sight ever since her prophecies about Earth turned out to be a bunch of crap.
Still got to Earth. Fuck you, Tom Zarek.
The Cylons down our throats. There'll be consequences, Admiral. I promise you.
What?
Makes it a little bit easier to know who to hold responsible if there's an unfortunate incident.
I'm not hard to find, Admiral.
Ooh.
I'm right here, running the government.
For now.
Oh, yeah?
What? Armed uproar or assassination attempt?
The Church of Baltar.
He was the chosen
Long may
one.
he reign.
The words will come, guys. They always do.
They're only mine, and I'm making them up.
God speaks through you to them. All you've experienced, you still take counsel of your fears. When all you have to do is put yourself into his hands. Into my hands.
I'm human, my love. And if you were human, or Cylon, or mortal in any way, you'd understand that to be alive, you have to let go. Just let go. But we should be able to upgrade
All the jump drives and the entire fleet with Cylon technology.
Oh.
Not gonna be easy to sell the quorum on this one.
Fractal quorum.
It's one thing to accept Cylon technology, it's quite another to have actual Cylons aboard their ships.
There.
We are gonna need teams of Sharons and Sixes, possibly Leobans, just to do the installations.
They'll go nuts.
We gotta sell them on it.
Our technology is way ahead of ours. Yours.
Maybe you'd like a chart to keep it all straight.
Please.
What's the catch? Because there is a catch, right? Former chief.
Former chief.
We want to be part of the fleet, not just along for the ride. Full members, citizens, seat at the quorum, the whole thing.
What?
Are you insane? Non-negotiable.
You're not seriously thinking about this.
Sure. All options are on the table, Mr. Gaeta.
Why is he even in the room?
Because he took D spot.
A little attitude problem these days, Mr. Gaeta. Something you want to get off your chest?
Not particularly.
Something else you want to say?
Not yet.
Oh, you let me know.
You can count on it, sir.
That's what her treatment is left. At the daily. Wow.
Kind of looking like a cocktail, Mikey.
She just gave up. That's her daily cancer meds.
There's a chance that this could lead to chronic renal failure. And if that happens, he's going to lose a kidney.
I thought Cylon babies had perfect genes.
Give some blood, build up supply.
Well, we have enough of his type in the blood bank.
He's half Cylon.
This is ridiculous. You have to tell him.
Ishay.
Tell me what?
This little boy could die. His father should know.
Ishay, zip it.
What the hell is she talking about?
We'll talk about this later. I guess you better come with me.
Is that not his kid?
He's not as good.
Callie cheated on him? Because Cylon babies have perfect blood and they have no blood type. The half Cylon babies.
Bro, what?
This is going to be a shock. But I want you to know that I was bound by doctor-patient confidentiality in this.
I'm not his father, am I?
I'm sorry.
Oh!
She found out she was pregnant just before you got married. She wasn't sure that you were the father.
What?
She wanted me to terminate the pregnancy and the procedure as illegal, but
Who is the father?
Who?
he doesn't know either. And I'll be damned if he's gonna find out that he's a father from a pissed-off former deck chief with a Cylon chip on his shoulder.
Dude, I need to know. This is such hot gossip right now. This is crazy.
I'm just stretching, little aerobic.
He didn't take her medicine.
Truth is, I haven't felt this good in months.
Lee thinks, and I agree with him, that you should address the fleet.
Sure. Not just yet, though. I need a little time.
Oh.
We need you, Laura. I know that you're tired, but we need you.
What's with the trash?
It's because people don't care as much.
You tried to throw me out an airlock once.
Still crying about that?
Turns out the jury that convicted me was made of 2 Cylons.
Sam and
A
Ty.
woman married to a Cylon.
Big laugh, applause, applause, applause. 50 billion people are dead, and I'm supposed to give a frack about your leg?
Yeah, who killed those 50 billion people, Kara?
It wasn't me.
No, it was your husband.
And her. He just doesn't know.
Do you get your kicks these days? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I meant half kicks.
Woohoo!
Well, then again, maybe you're a Cylon, too.
At least I'm not a gimp.
One day soon, there's gonna be a reckoning, Kara.
Well, you know where to find me, Felix. I will definitely hit a cripple. Or anyone else.
Don't forget who killed the most Cylons. It's her.
Dude, Gaeta's fucking...
Firling.
Those people stayed or on his side, I think. And the people who left are with her.
Let me close that hatch.
He's conspirating!
Let's talk.
Yo!
Conspiring.
He's conspirating!
We are being asked to allow Cylons unfettered access to the most critical systems on every ship in this fleet.
That's so true.
The leaders of this fleet are succumbing to wishful thinking because they can't face reality. And the reality is that the Rosalind Adam administration has led us nowhere. Aren't the Cylons the reason we're out here in the first place? Aren't they the enemy? Or are they suddenly our friends if that helps keep Rosalind Adama in power? The chair moves at any decision on allowing Cylons to board any ship in this fleet be made by the captain and the people living on that ship and not the Rosalind Adama.
That's what they're asking for.
What we need right now is unity. This is a fleet-wide issue.
Vote is 11-1. Motion carries. No Cylon will board a ship in this fleet.
Oh, he's gonna start steamrolling, isn't he? Lee, just walk out. Leave. There's no reason for you to be there anymore.
Yep.
Oh my god, is she gonna get shot? Stop.
You gotta get a hold of this deck.
I'm working double crews.
Your people are not sick. They're reporting sick. 10 offline. This fracking cannot happen. Not on my ship. You put on the biggest pair of boots you got, and you go down there and you shove them up their ass.
What's she doing?
Oh. It's more than I run in a long time.
You're flushed. You're not supposed to look good. You never intended to go.
Caught. Send me to the brig. I can run there. My resignation will be on your desk in the hour.
But I'm not gonna hand the presidency over to Tom Zurich.
Take your hands off me, Bill. I've played my role in this farce. Do you remember what we said on New Caprica? How we talked about trying to live for today? We better think about that because maybe tomorrow really isn't coming. I've earned the right to live a little before I die.
Yeah, absolutely.
Job's not finished.
Haven't I?
Yes, you've earned it.
So have you.
Aww.
What manner of forgiveness?
Oh my god, please make Baltar president again.
Dude, fuck that.
He's popular enough with the people.
Are you children? Are you? Well, obviously you're a child. Are you being punished for your multitude of sins? Are you?
No. You're letting anger blind you.
What have you done to deserve this punishment? Perhaps we are not the ones in need of forgiveness. Perhaps we're not. Perhaps we have been wrong.
Is he joining the revolt?
No, he's gonna twist it, I think.
Hey, it's Hot Dog? Is Hot Dog the dad?
Carl told me. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, that's
Now, do you want anything I tell them to, aren't they?
They're your flock. They'll follow you even into blasphemy. Father's contempt for his children. Isn't that what you were just preaching against?
What if I'm their father? These people are in for more trouble than they know.
Joe's like, yep.
10 of our ships refuse a direct order from the flagship. Another 12 won't even respond to our hail.
They're not doing anything illegal.
Jump drive upgrades is a military decision outside of the authority of the quorum.
And you alone get to make that determination?
Sir.
Sir?
You have a problem with that?
Admiral.
He's
been
gonna say
receiving
yes,
an
wow.
emergency signal from our Marine commander aboard the Hite Khan. The crew of the Tillium ship is mutinied.
again.
Killed a Cylon and 2 Marines.
Oh.
Oh, that's worse.
Tillium ships pulling out of formation, spinning up their FTL drives.
Oh.
Huh?
That was so fast.
We've cleared the bay and are en route to Hite Khan.
I don't think they're gonna get on there.
They're communicating with Colonial 1, sir.
The president? Can't be. She's aboard Galactica.
Tom Zurich.
You have no right to board your ship without your permission.
Son of a bitch.
Tom Zurich had a point this entire time.
Every citizen has the right to protect themselves from oppression. Take whatever measures you think
Oh. Holy shit.
Oh.
She jumped.
You know, there are days that I really hate this job.
I mean, Gate is so right, though. He is way, way, way overstepping his boundaries. Like,
No.
yeah,
If they
he
get
is.
attacked by Cylons, they jump. That's military. That's in their scope. Putting Cylons on their ship to upgrade.
That's what I meant.
Bring him back to Galactica. The use of deadly force.
Bro, this man is wilding out on this episode.
I mean, they're the only people who can upgrade it, so like, he doesn't care.
Or they could just not upgrade the FTL drives if people don't agree.
Then they leave half the fleet behind. This is all fucking racism, dude.
It is.
You don't even know who I am.
Bro, I
barely knows who I am.
They're so white. Co-parenting.
That's actually super respectable.
We?
Unless he's gonna be a dick about it.
Yeah, we.
It's Tyrell's kid.
Relationship I never expected.
Hot dog.
Your kid's in the hospital. You never leave him alone. No matter what. Someone's always here. You get first shift. Dad.
How long do I sit here?
Until I get back. That'll be after I sober up. Don't move from that fracking chair.
Jeez. Oh, wow, they really didn't.
They got him.
Sworn statements, transcripts of wireless conversations, shipping records, the buying and the selling, the vice president's office. But the idea of being publicly humiliated, well, that would scare you. Somehow I don't think that the legend and the myth, Tom Zarek, the political prisoner and a man of conscience, can survive the airing of that much dirty laundry.
You really think the fleet is going to sit still for a long and politically motivated trial?
I think without the Tillium ship, we're not going anywhere. At least we won't be bored.
You think I know where the Tillium ship is?
Because I know that you do. Read the file.
Can't argue with that.
You know what the difference is between you and
Do you have
I,
the gun on him?
Admiral?
That search would be so mad.
You wear that uniform, and I don't.
Ooh, the sass. Woohoo! He's played Tom Zarek like a fucking fiddle. Kraken, sorry.
Dude, what if there's nothing in the folder?
It's just a bunch of haha got yous. His favorite book written out.
Just Baltar leaflets.
Give this to Hoshi. Tell him to file it.
Laundry reports.
Yep.
That's crazy. He's so fucking. Ooh.
I hope you understand that this will have consequences.
I've thought about the consequences. And I'm ready for them. We all are.
Armed revolt.
How many is we?
Enough. The world is fracked. It's upside down, and somebody's got to turn it right side up. Are you that man?
I'm one of them. I need a partner.
I hate this.
You got one.
I hate everything about this. Gator needs to pick better bosses. Hi guys, we're back.
Sorry.
That's good. Take it from here, so.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
What?
They found the Tillian ship.
They had sex.
They're cuddling.
All right.
I fucking hated that episode.
Yeah, I'm
I hated everything
I'm so
about it.
surprised because I'm like, I feel like we were on this route of like what was going to happen. And I feel like instead of going this way, which I wasn't sure where we were going, it's
like
now
sci-fi.
Tom Zarek Gator. Yeah. And I'm like,
it feels like they're trying to fill like 3 episodes. And I'm like, why?
No, no.
well, they might be using it as a plot device to get us to the.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's going to be an amp up of escalation and like they're going to drop everything once they find their actual promised land and everyone's going to be happy.
Well, I mean,
or like maybe they could absolutely fuck with us and like the fleet goes down to like 4,000 people and they find the promised land.
I mean, it kind of makes sense to me because this TV show is less about the story, more about just the human experience of going through it. And we see that we have a group of people who interact with Cylons on a different level than 99% of the population. They know all the secrets and all this information. and the other 99% just know that everybody they ever loved was murdered by these people. So they have this intense hatred and no trust of them. And so as a result, we see that even as far as like the people who were, like Starbuck, who married a Cylon but didn't know, are cast out too, and they even blame her for what's going on, despite the fact that she probably has the highest kill count of anybody against
because
Cylons.
she's also a Cylon.
But she's the harbinger of death, so she brought death to the Cylons. That's why she's the best pilot, is my opinion. She had that whole prophecy, and that fulfilled the prophecy by being the harbinger of death.
The best pilot because she's a Cylon.
But she also, like, even if she's a Cylon or isn't, regardless,
she is. She
killed them.
I thought we were all on the same page that she's a Cylon.
I don't know, because they just said the fifth one was dead.
Mikey, she found her own dead body.
I saw that. So, like, I'm not saying, I don't know if she's part of the final five.
Or is she God? Like, what else could she be?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know enough, but they keep mentioning that she isn't a Cylon. So that's why the only reason why
Who's mentioning she isn't a Cylon?
Well, first off, the Cylon Diana, who saw all five of the final five, does not mention Starbuck as a Cylon. In fact, she mentions that the final fifth one is not in the fleet. That's one of the biggest reasons why I don't believe she is one. Everything would point towards that, except that the person who did see the final five doesn't believe that Starbuck is a Cylon. So that's the reason why I'm against it. And then we have the whole Ellen situation. So my theory is that Ellen may have been the fifth and was killed, and that's the result of what happened, is that the fifth is actually dead, as stated by Lee in this.
Starbuck is actually just the newest Cylon,
Number
and
7?
they don't know.
Number 7?
I'm just saying, yeah, there's a good chance Kara Thrace, instead of being the final five, is the newest model.
Which
would also explain if she was designed to be hypothetically an ace pilot, and that's how she randomly reappeared with a brand new, perfectly in order working spaceship.
So not only is
because she's a pilot, but anyways,
but she can't be because she knew the way to Earth, or thought she did, and the Cylons of the fucking 7 didn't. You know?
Yes, I do know that. Does make sense.
That's the only. There's a few things that are against her being a Cylon.
I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck to season it.
Well,
because
I think it's pulling us in the direction of the constantly recurring thing that they keep trying to drill into our heads.
Everything.
Of the everything has happened and will happen again. Therefore, this is supposed to be leading to human Cylons don't get along, and the cycle will continue on forever unless somehow they find a way to break that cycle.
And my theory beyond that is what happens technically.
No.
It's
the constant recurring theme.
No.
I think he's right. He doesn't have an argument. He's saying no. My theory though is I think Joe's right. I think what's going to happen is that there's going to be a war on the fleet between Cylon aligned people and those against the Cylons.
And then Baltar.
And then Baltar will have a third faction that maybe he even will fulfill his dream prophecy of saving the Cylon.
What if
Cylon
Baltar is the dying leader that will lead them to the promised land?
Oh my god.
I'm okay with that.
No, I'm okay with that. Baltar.
Just because it means he dies. That's great. I'll take that. I'll take a massive W for Baltar for an ultimate L any days.
I'm like racking my brain, and I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out in like the next 2 episodes or whatever. But I don't know how we get from where we are to a conclusion of this season and show that has made this a classic.
So my theory,
and I'm like, what is their choice?
My theory is 90% of the people are going to die in this fight between the two factions, that are forming. They're not going to stop it. It's going to happen. They can't stop it at this point. And as a result, Adama will, bring an Iron Fist. Tamzaric and Gaeta will bring an Iron
Gaeta's
Fist.
die.
They're fighting. Gaeta dies. Thomas
dies.
Gaeta's die.
Maybe Adama lives.
100%.
Like there's no.
But the big thing is that there's a 10% of the people who do survive. I'm going to assume include Caprica 6.
Baltar. No, I'm
and
saying Mikey's going in this direction, but add on Baltar lives and saves everyone
I told
else.
you Baltar is endgame.
Well, Athena's going to be alive too.
But it makes sense because Baltar speaks to God, and there's a reason for everything.
Well, he has a theory.
His head six keeps telling him to keep having faith. So if he has faith, he can find their home, even though he was a fucking asshole and thought he found their previous home.
Ruin
that.
But where does like the opera house come into this?
Maybe the opera house is.
I feel like they have to go to a physical opera house.
Well, maybe the opera house. Maybe that's just.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a metaphor for either the Galactica, because it's where all the big players are, and it's everything's front, center, and stage. It's all the theatrics happen.
No, I feel like it's a physical opera house.
I do too, but for some reason I feel like it's not, because it's just, I feel like all it is just Baltar takes the child and saves the day with Head 6, because that's the one that's in the vision, not Caprica 6. And then maybe Caprica 6 survives, so she has her baby. The half Cylon, half human babies go to a new place, and they're raised by the survivors, and that's the cycle.
Do you actually have a thought, or
yes?
Kilo dies though.
But so, just so I remember this clearly, the opera house is Rosalind and Athena running through the house on opposite sides, and then at the bottom near the door is 6 holding Hera, who then, when the doors open, gives it to Baltar enshrouded in light.
Specific to know that's Head 6.
Okay. So I'm feeling like this is supposed to be an allegory that Baltar is the savior.
Yes.
And will lead them into the continuation.
I would say that the 5 Cylons cease to exist, and that the future of Cylon human
is not with Cylon
the future
or human.
is Hera.
And Baltar.
Yes.
Well, wait.
Yeah, I would agree with
Bigger
that.
brain theory.
That's like
Hera?
Because they're leaving behind all of the previous, de facto leaders, I guess.
They're leaving behind the constructs of themselves, which is the opera house.
You guys want to hear the biggest brain theory? Who's having a baby boy this season?
6.
And who has a baby girl?
Hera. Yeah, no, it's Adam and Eve.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Adam and Eve.
Oh, does that mean we're calling them Zeus? Zeus and Hera? Greek gods?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Are you fucking?
Whoa! Yeah, no, you're right.
Where the fuck are you?
You're right. Zeus and Hera.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're right. If they're like,
Cook
we're
it now.
gonna name him Zeus, then
Yeah, if you
it's
guys
about.
name Zeus, yeah.
The only funny thing is, though, then it's a true Cylon and a Cylon human. Then we're getting
Who's the true Cylon?
No. Because
You're right.
This is a lot complicated. I don't know genealogy. I'm not even gonna.
Are you talking about phenotypes and stuff like that, or it's like recessive dominant?
But it's OG Cylon with new gen Cylon with
X,
Y,
new gen Cylon and human baby.
I have a question for both of you. Do you think there's an unknown person pulling any strings?
Yes.
Still.
Yes.
There has to be.
God. It's God. Their God could be the creator. It doesn't have to be a real God.
Oh, okay.
The creator of the Cylons. I know you gave me that look.
Yeah.
Or it could actually be
Or it
God.
could be, yes.
It could be an actual God, a cosmic entity.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like,
Only
a God.
because
God. It's a cosmic
somehow Kara Thrace is the unknown. I think she's like the latest model or whatever, but some entity used her, sent her to Earth, killed her, reborn her wherever she originates from, gave her a new ship, sent her back, and orchestrated all of this in the first place.
Weird to think about. Yeah, you're right.
Goddamn merfolk.
No, my only other question. So hold on. So when did the final 4 of the 5 get revealed? Was Kara back?
No.
I thought she popped up like as they realized it.
They were realizing who they were
You're
at the end of the season, last season, when they all ran into the room together because I kept hearing the music.
Yes, and then Kara showed up.
I think Kara shows up at the end of the final season, right? And
yes.
She's like, I found Earth.
Season 3.
Yeah,
you're right.
We knew they were Cylons for like an episode before this.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Because I'm just wondering, the transmission has to have come from somewhere. Yeah. It didn't come from nowhere.
What do you mean? The transmission that they tracked to Earth?
Wasn't that
no,
her
no.
ship?
Okay.
No. That was her ship.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
Her ship
What transmission?
The song all along the Watchtower.
Yeah. Okay. Now I understand what you're saying. Well.
Okay.
The only because I was going to say it would make total sense if Kara had returned and her ship was the thing that was emitting the song. However, they heard the song before that happened.
Yes. Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. Yep.
100%.
Yep. Yep. Because Sam was flying in space when he saw Kara, and then the Cylons turned around when he flew near them in the next episode, which was the season beginning, and then Kara lands on the ship and they have like guns drawn on her.
Or
yeah,
Jimi Hendrix wasn't just a star, but he was actually a star, and that's why
I mean, he fucking is. Yeah, he is.
So, this episode we had a big reveal on this one.
Oh, we're still going. I thought we were just all done word vomiting.
We gotta talk about this episode a little bit because we did skip a bunch of that as we were theorizing. We found out Tyril's son isn't actually Tyril's son, which was crazy because I feel like when we found out he was
hot dog.
When we found out he was a Cylon, I brought that up. I was like, how does his son not have blood type and stuff like that? Like, because technically
you did,
and it didn't make sense to me. So we found out hot dog. Oh my god!
I feel like since it was like a pseudo end of show, someone was like, "Hey, if we do continue this, can we fix that fucking massive plot hole you assholes forgot about?" And they were like, "Yep, hot dog, no problem. Write it in." You know,
that makes Callie
like
bad.
Just to appease the people like Mikey who are like, "Wait, that doesn't make any sense."
It does. It doesn't.
I just wonder what is the weight of that. Like, I don't understand why we got that.
I think it was initially supposed to be shown that there was anti-Cylon sentiment.
Well, no. It's because
data and the tech world.
But you didn't need Tyrell finding out his son was his. You already had Ty in 6 when you're like, our baby, and Gator being like those motherfuckers.
I brought this up before. I'm like, why does no one fucking care about Tyrell's child? Because they talk about Hera, and no one cared about Tyrell's child.
That's what I said, and it's because it wasn't actually a Cylon baby. And like Joe said, the writers were probably like, "Oh shit, hold on."
It was hot dog.
They threw a dart at the
billiards room with a candlestick.
But I mean, the point of that was to show us that there was sentiment forming because Gaeta was there for his leg was chafing, and then a baby peeing blood comes in, and he's like, "God, of course I gotta wait longer now." And it's just like,
dude, honestly,
there's one doctor.
They're doing such a good job of making Gaeta go from a loved character to a hated character.
And
I'm actually, the writing's stellar for that.
And we have his trauma to follow from the last miniseries in which we see that he loved the Cylon and was betrayed by the Cylon.
Yeah, no, I mean, his hatred runs deep.
And you combine that with the regular hatred people have for Cylons in the sense that they killed their people. And it makes sense where he's getting all this sentiment and back support from.
Dude met one sociopath Cylon and was like, the whole race needs to die.
Yeah.
She was a sociopath. She's like, I literally killed one of my own for you. It's like, all right, you should go to therapy, maybe in a straitjacket, but like, thanks.
So, and as a result of all this, it looks like I would talk about at the beginning, there's gonna be a split, a civil war almost, Gaeta versus Adama in the sense of that. And if there's a significant amount of military people who leave and join Gaeta, then when we get back to potentially Father Cavill showing up, if he ever does again, we're going to be screwed because we're going to have, not able to man the ships.
Dude.
But on the bright side, we have the Cylons as allies for this war.
Do you think?
Well, go ahead.
No, you guys are having a serious conversation.
No, I was
going to say the only thing I can think of is Father Cavill absolutely wants to kill the remaining humans.
Yeah. And
however, I feel if they were somehow to fall into his trap, that he would offer, hey, you just leave the Cylons right now. We won't kill you. You can leave right now. If you forsake the Cylons who you have been harboring and let us take them and kill them. Only because I feel like at this point, he doesn't want to risk any of their lives. Their lives are no longer immortal. They can all die. So I feel like he's very cold and calculating. If and when they encounter him, it's going to almost definitely be on his terms. And the easiest thing for him to do is to avoid any unnecessary death. Say, hey, let us rid you of this problem. Especially if they're tracking the fleet right now and they see this civil war break out. Be like, hey, give them to us. Let's fucking just part ways. We're going to go fucking that way. You guys go that way, and good luck.
That's fair.
I think there's a chance, just because I think they did a good job with his character. His character, I don't think is just going to fumble.
And they brought that up this episode as like the reason why they want full rights.
They're hyping it up.
Yeah.
Now, one thing also that occurred in this episode was Rosin dumped her medicine. And in the prior episode where she was on the Cylon base star when it jumped away, we learned that if she doesn't take her medicine, that she'll feel very, very good and then crash and burn. And we see her feeling very, very good right now. So my prediction is going to be that she's going to crash and burn in a very bad way, as she's not doing her treatments anymore. But she may crash and burn as like a dying leader, leading her people to the promised land, fulfilling the promise, and at least, giving her that satisfaction at the end. But I don't know if she'll actually get that satisfaction, because as we move towards this, both Adama and her are both coming out, painting it in a different light. And we've seen their decisions. We know they're very selfish with how they act. But now the entire people of the fleet are learning just how in control Adama and Roslin were of everything. Now, it's kind of sad because it wasn't their fault that Earth wasn't, occupiable. But at the same time, they did kind of hold the entire fleet at their whim for their own personal decisions many times. And we're seeing the repercussions in this right now, where they don't want Roslin or Adama near power. And Tom Zarek has basically made every single fleet, every single ship, and every single member of the Quorum, except for Lee, fight back, and basically in their own ways, which is crazy.
Yeah, but I hated that Adama was just like, it's a military decision, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
What?
I think the most important...
that was overstepping. Him sending the ship in response, totally sure. Yeah. But it only even escalated because he was forcing them against what they spoke out and said they did not want to do.
So sure, but also
but it makes so much sense. Why would they
that's
it makes no sense for them to trust the Cylons at this point. And they're literally saying, hey, the one thing you rely on, the one thing that's keeping you alive are these ships. So let your prior enemy, who is now your friend, into those systems to do whatever they want because it's good for you.
But
you know what I'm saying? It's just...
that's past, kind of. Because the Cylons are mortal. They're not going to just be as aggressive. They could have just blown everybody up if they wanted to. There's literally a battle star or a base star in the center of the fleet right now.
Sure.
I hear the argument,
but they're like, no, we need to do this right now,
because they don't have a home
2 days
and they don't have food.
I understand, but
it's kind of like a, hey guys, we're at the end of our road.
So it's not a democracy.
No,
it's never been a democracy. It's never been the Quorum has been a farce since day one.
Yeah,
it's been a way to handle fucking bullshit legislature that Roslin can't deal with.
Roslin and Adama literally both do whatever they want regardless of the Quorum. The Quorum is just there to occupy the people.
Yes, so Tom Zarek's not wrong.
No, he's not. He's absolutely correct.
He was actually he dropped some heavy facts this episode.
And I agree with Mike and you guys. I believe the captains should have a say of what's allowed on their ships. No, in terms of if they want Cylons to upgrade them, etc. Because obviously not upgrading correctly would cause them to have the whole issue of they're trying to find food. It'll increase their efficiency, but they just spent the last 3.5 years, if not more, trying to run away from these people. So of course they don't trust them. They killed all their friends and family.
Yeah, but are you guys forgetting that they're refugees and they have they're at risk of basically dying since they have no home right now?
And I agree with you. I
but no one's discussing and trying to. There's no middle ground. No one even discussed. Hey, what if we retrofit 3 ships?
But the problem is,
so those 3 ships can jump up. Yeah,
everyone else get left behind.
So hey, we're gonna periodically. I'm sure they could work out a system where they all end up in the same spot after 1 month. I'm just saying.
But then you have.
Hold on. There's potential, but no one even discussed. It's either all or nothing.
The fleet has to stay together
because they're trying to show you that the fleet is very separated.
The fleet has to stay together because no one's going to stay behind with a base star, and if no one's going to stay alone with the base star without the battle star, then the battle star can't go off with the 3 ships to go find someplace.
Yes, but I'm saying they can specifically retrofit.
So those 3 people will die if they jump into a Cylon attack, which is worse than if they were all protected with battle stars.
But now they can jump so much faster.
You still have to charge it up.
Battlestar's been like a shield this whole time. No, no. It's got to be a fleet or nothing.
So I understand.
I'm just saying, no one even discussed any alternatives.
I feel like
there's no discussion
because it wasn't really relevant.
So the two alternatives in Adama's mind were upgrade the ships with them so that they can look faster. It's more efficient. As the military man, all he thinks about is the hard facts on the table. The hard facts are if the Cylons update the ships, every single ship, they could jump faster, quicker, and use less fuel. So therefore, their ship can, basically it's more efficient.
Did they say that?
Dude, why don't they just go back to the fucking mud
said it was
planet?
3 times.
So
they were very vague.
They're vague. So they could do a lot more by doing this. As a result,
they should go eat algae forever.
As a result, this is better.
No, that one blew up.
But everybody,
that did blow up.
Nobody trusts the Cylons because of what's happening. So that's where the big fallacy comes. If you could tell these people that people from Galactica, humans, were going to update their ships, they'd be totally fine with it, and they'd even welcome the technology. But as we've seen aboard the Pegasus in Razor, if Cylons get access to a mainframe, they have hacked it, sabotaged it in the past. So these people know of prior incidents where this has happened, so of course they're not going to trust it. It's only been 4 years since their people died. But at the same time, this is make or break for them because they're running solo on fuel and stuff that they should update them. There has to be something, like you said, happy middle ground where the captains watch it, people get taught, but they're not discussing it. Adama is all or nothing as usual.
Well, again, they didn't even, even if it's going to take a month for the middle ground, could have been, hey, Tyrell and the Sharons and whatever, teach our best engineer. Even if it takes however long, you know what I'm saying?
The whole point
it's just, I think it's supposed to be, to me, it was representing how split everyone is. And it also seems very split in favor of humans against Cylons.
No, it's the racism part. That's why they didn't. The Cylons want to be part of the fleet and the humans. They want to be integrated.
And they want an equal say.
They want to be integrated. They just want to be part of the colonial fleet. They don't want to be Cylons. They want to be colonial fleet. The problem with everything was putting Cylons on people's ship. And the ship captain said absolutely not, because it was brought up as like the Cylon technology wasn't the break issue. It was putting Sixes and Sharons installing the Cylon technology was the break issue, which is it's blatant racism.
Yes, and it's that's the point of this whole show.
Yes,
and I understand.
Backed by a genocide. So I'm not saying that that's okay, but I'm saying it's justified.
Since it's supposed to be a little bit more nuanced, yes, 100%.
Yeah,
but going off of this whole,
it's been 4 years.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
I do think it's funny though.
And not to mention, it's not their first time trying to be friends. Okay, they already fucked it up. Okay,
right?
They were like, "Oh, friend, you die. we put you in prison camp." Yes, friend. So I'm just saying they had a bad track record. Cuban said, "Well, okay, maybe," and then they fucked it up again. So I mean. Shame.
There's more nuance.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. I mean, what are we doing here?
What I do find funny though is that Athena, we haven't seen people be like prejudiced against.
Sometimes,
not as much.
Well, she's earned her keep.
Right, because she was an admitted Cylon who earned her keep, whereas Ty, Tyrell, and all of them, and I guess Starbuck now, are all getting lambasted because they were secret Cylons, even though they didn't know they were Cylons until a month prior.
But no one can trust that.
Right. And I get the psychology behind it. I just think it's funny that the one that was an admitted and open Cylon, they're like, but everyone that they've been with for 20 years, they're like, fuck you.
Well, because Ty's reveal was still funny to me because he's like, I didn't know for 30 whatever years. I didn't know, I swear. It's like, well, how do you know you're not tripping balls right now? He's like, oh no, I know for sure I'm a Cylon. So it's like, fucking what is it? How do you know so certainly all of a sudden, but you didn't know in the last 30 years? So it's just hard to understand because they don't have the same perspective.
Yeah, no, I get everything.
I just thought that was so funny. And then it literally broke Adama's brain for the rest of the episode.
We saw him on the ground like, I don't get it. Last thing is we brought up was Baltar technically is forming his own faction right now.
Shut the fuck up today.
I love Baltar in the sense that he's doing.
I love Baltar.
I mean,
I don't have anything to add to that
he's learned how much power he has over the people who listen to him, and he's not even an elected official. He figured out the way to the people.
Dude, Baltar should have died in episode 2, and that guy was like, "Hey, I know something about Baltar."
I forgot about that.
He's a Cylon, kill him.
I love Baltar. He's making it to the end of the show.
He's gonna be the final 5 humans.
He might be the savior of the human race.
I'm gonna laugh. He's gonna be.
Oh man, what a great show!
He's gonna guide Adam and Eve,
even though he directly influenced the fall of mankind.
All of this.
I mean, it would only do it justice, dude. If he's the dying leader, fair. I'll take it. If he sacrifices himself, I'll take it. I will no longer say I hate him. I'll say he was just neutral.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
To keep watching. So thank you for joining us for this episode of Battlestar Galactica. If you do enjoy all this content, make sure you do hit subscribe if you haven't already, because we do have some fun discussions. Make sure you do check out the Patreon, which has full lengths for this and other series. And everyone, make sure you appreciate Joe while he's still here, okay? Otherwise, bye.
Am I fading into the fucking ether? And bye, I'm Joe.
I'm Mike.
And thank you for joining us. Bye.